Robin Hood Radio presents the commentary of Don Morrison. Don is a former editor at Time magazine. He's an author, lecturer, and member of the Berkshire Eagle Advisory Board.
Now is the pothole of our discontent. Every winter, yawning chasms appear in our streets and highways. These craters knock wheels out of alignment, fillings out of teeth, coffee out of cup holders. They send drivers swerving and swearing, and they cost us a lot of money. $27 billion a year, according to a recent study by the American Automobile Association. Potholes account for 11% of AAA's winter assistance calls, send 16 million cars to the repair shop. The federal government says at least 55 million new holes are born every year. All it takes is cold air and a little water. What usually happens is a small crack in the road surface fills with moisture. When the temperature drops, the water freezes and expands, widening the crack like a hydraulic jack. Cars and trucks drive over the site, breaking off material from the edges. Before long, you've got a pothole as big as the Ritz. Prime time for these car traps is late winter and early spring. That's when we have daytime thaws and overnight freezes. Catnip for potholes. The word, by the way, dates back thousands of years to when pot makers would clandestinely dig up clay from under those terrific Roman roads, infuriating charioteers. In some parts of the U.S., locals use the word chuck hole, possibly derived from the Old French for shock. Any way you say it, those asphalt holes have been shocking us for years. You know that 1967 Beatles song, A Day in the Life, with a line about 4,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire? That was inspired by a British newspaper report on the sorry state of Lancashire roads. Blackburn, like northern towns everywhere, still spends a large part of its budget fixing potholes and uses the same basic method as everywhere. Essentially, you clean out the hole, dry it, pour in a few layers of patching material, hot or cold, and roll it smooth. And then you do it all over again next year. Perhaps we should consider potholes as a gift. Nature's reminder about the glorious annual cycle of death and rebirth. Or the price we pay for paving over much of the planet. Better yet, maybe we should look at potholes as God's way of telling us to slow down. I'm Don Morrison.
Don Morrison is an author and editor. He's taught at universities in the United States, Europe, and Asia. He's the European editor of the British magazine Port and a member of the Berkshire Eagle Advisory Board. He lives in Paris, Miami, and in Berkshire County.